Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and one of the most common questions I get on the channel is what is the best tier 10 medium, or what is the best tank in general? And it's always an incredibly hard question to answer because there is no right answer. It's like saying what's the best car? There are so many different cars that achieve so many different goals, right? Are you going for top speed? Are you going for survivability, reliability? It's the same thing in Blitz. There are so many vehicles that accomplish different goals. The Leopard is amazing at farming damage, but it might not be the best at holding a line, especially if the enemy team's getting pretty aggressive in vehicles like the E50M. And while the E50M might be great, it does have large tracks, and autoloaders especially can rip into it if it makes an overaggression. So there's definitely a lot of nuance between what's the best and what's the best in your opinion. But for me, I would have to pick the Projet Miroat as the best tier 10 medium overall for me. I just want to clarify that, right? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that disagree, but I'm going to state my case and why I think this tank is really good. It features good damage per shot at 390. That alone, you're already out trading like all of tier 10 mediums. But it doesn't stop there because it has two 390 alpha shots. It has a double shot autoloader with a 2-second injure clip. So that means you can actually deal just about 800 damage in 2 seconds. You have 9 degrees of gun depression, which is very, very good. You have great flexibility on any ridgeline. It has surprisingly good turret armor. Like, you need 270 mils of pen to cut through it, and even then, it's got a really troll gun mantlet that if your shell goes high or low a little bit, it'll bounce off. So it has a lot of strengths going for it. But it also has some weaknesses. I think it's the lowest damage per minute tier 10 medium, which on paper sounds bad, but it's not really a problem because it's an autoloader, right? The Barask also has a low DPM, yet it's the #1 win rate medium. Why? Because autoloaders don't rely on damage per minute. This tank still having like 2800 is more than enough to deal with most situations thrown at you, as long as you don't over-aggress. Obviously, if you're over-aggressing and putting yourself in a bad spot, then sure, you're going to fall apart, but I don't really think that's any different than any other medium. I'm not going to rush a Leopard 1 in a T62A either, right? So generally, as long as you know what you're doing, this tank can be really, really good. The only massive downside I can say about the Miroat is that its armor can be a bit of a hit shot. And what I mean by that is shells can hit the upper plate, and they'll bounce into the turret and then pen you. It can be very frustrating when it happens. There's nothing you can really do about it either. You just gotta hope that you don't get unlucky. But I remember when I was playing this thing a lot, and I was getting those really goofy ricochet pens, and they were not nice, to say none the least. But we do get a shell into the enemy Leopard, and let's see, we have the BZ-75 crossing. There's no way that shell is ever going to hit. Got a 580 bounce. I do have teammates here, so that's good. I just don't know what they're doing. I don't want to be hit by the Leopard. Grill is probably what bounced me, so that's another tank I'll have to keep an eye on. The Leopard 1 is getting completely demolished, though. There you go. Leopard's gone. We're going to flank. A little bit wide. I have a feeling that grill... Oh, no, the grill's over there. Okay, nice. Well, if the grill is in that position, then I can move over here. I can get 1 shell into the rear of the Sheridan, 2 shells into the Sheridan, and there you go. We just took that Sheridan and took literally half of their health off. And the thing is, think about it, right? A Sheridan has, what, a 570 alpha? This tank has 800 damage. So, technically, you're actually dealing substantially more damage in a vehicle like this than even a Sheridan, which is, again, pretty impressive. So, I don't really know what I want to do right now. We have, obviously, a lot of heavies. We have the mouse. I'm going to go for the mouse really quickly. I can't pen his upper plate, but... Okay, well, let's try again. Okay. The Miroat gun, it's actually not bad on dispersion, so I'm not really sure what happened there. The gun just kind of trolled me a lot. We have the 50B crossing. Can't hit them right now. Kampfpanzer annihilates that player. I'm going to reload again, and we'll see if I can get some damage. Let's see, we have both the 50B and... Oh, 50B is going to cross. There's 412. And there you go, 335. Pretty bad roll on the second shot, but we still took a lot of health off that player in a very short amount of time. And I mean, the question is, how do you counter that? The real answer is you don't. That's why I consider the Miroat to be so dangerous. You can literally just dump out this damage. I mean, we have the grill here, and he hits me for 648, and I took 800 off him. So, was that really a worthwhile trade on your part, grill? I don't think so. And it's not like the reload's really that long. You only have like a 14-second reload on this tank to get your shells back. So, you have a pretty quick reload. You have surprisingly good DPM for what it is, and the gun is really good pen as well, so you don't have to worry about that. That grill is really trying hard to tunnel me. I don't care what you do, grill. I really don't. I wish that my team would support me a little more, but in terms of the grill actually being a threat, I really could care. Very little. And it looks like my Conf Panzer is going to go push that player, so I'm just going to let my KPZ take him out of the game. We are going to push the enemy mouse. We're already up to 2,900, which means if I just pen one clip, that already puts me up to, 3,800 damage. So there you go. One shell and 2 shells. I always hate when somebody's like GG Droodles after kind of tunneling me. And like, I get it, it's cool to like shoot somebody that you've seen before, but at the same time, that grill really did want to get me, didn't he? But pretty good game. 3,835 damage, we got a kill, and we did everything we needed to. As I said, the fact that you can out-trade vehicles is what I love about this thing. That grill pokes me and does 500 and whatever damage, and then I hit him back for 800. You don't want to make trades with this tank because it's going to win. And with only a 2-second injure clip, it's not like you're going to be able to back into cover before the thing is able to shoot you twice. Like, 2 seconds is an incredibly fast time. The M6 Yo takes 1.71 seconds, and I've said that tank's been overpowered for years. This thing's basically just an M6 Yo turned into a medium, and yet it has better DPM, great flexibility. It's not like this tank's slow. It has a top speed of 62. It has a reserve track mechanic, meaning that if it gets tracked, it can still reverse. And another great thing about this tank is the whole line is great. The tier 9, the Projet Luis, is fantastic. It's got a really good gun, solid penetration, and actually kind of troll armor. We got the tier 8, the Arak 105, which I actually consider to be just as good as in the Brask if played properly. And the AMX 13 M24, 25, whatever the heck the tier 7 is. It's a double shot as well. It's a really fun tank. The whole line is actually really enjoyable. They all have great guns. Even the tier 7 has like 250 mils of APCR premium, which is crazy for the tier it's at. So yeah, I can't say anything negative about the line or this vehicle. Obviously, there's downsides to this tank, but there's downsides to every single vehicle in the game. So people trying to nitpick like, oh, well, this tank's large. Well, if you actually put this tank side by side to a Leopard 1, it's actually no larger. Yeah, the turret's a bit longer, but in terms of actual size, this tank is no larger, taller, or wider than a Leopard 1. It's just because it's kind of shaped like a box, it looks larger, That's kind of how it is. Vehicles that are angled look more compact compared to something that's going to be a big old box like this. Now, that's not to say the armor's good. Like, on flat ground, the armor's horrible on this thing, but it is quite nice that you can actually get bounces hauled down. We spotted that Conf Panzer a way bit away there. Alright, well, we have a light tank moving up, which is pretty good, actually. I'm going to start by looking at this crossing here. We have the Stridsvon. I don't want to be hit by the Stridsvon, but it is nice that we can at least detect that. Question is, what is our team going to do? Well, the E50 is... I don't even know what he's doing. Interesting play from the E50. We have the 183. IS-4 is moving up. Okay. I wonder if this E50 is going to try and cross. There's a 365, and boom, there's 417. That's 782 damage. I mean, it's just crazy what you can get away with in this thing. Now, we can see the enemy KPZ is playing very aggressive. We also have the 183 over here. I'm going to reload. 3, 2, 1. There's 402, and there you go. 590, 183's out of the game. Back up and reload again. So far, we've already done pretty good. And this is what I mean, like, double shot tanks just get away with whatever they want, because how do you punish this thing? Like, seriously, how do you punish this tank? Well, I'm going to aim it on the BZ and completely miss. Thanks, gun. The problem is that BZ is an autoloader, so even if I try to punish it, it is able to, get its shell back and then do whatever the heck it's going to. We have the Stridsvon over here, which I do get a nice shell into, 505. I have way more damage per shot than the Stridsvon K. That vehicle has 350, and I've got 390, so I'm hitting way harder than he is. And the question is, what is this Stridsvon going to do? Well, right now, it looks like they're kind of keeping an eye on me, but I'm just going to aim it on their lower plate. There's 401. Dang, that shell was so close to penning, but again, what are they going to do to me? I've already bled them a lot, and we're not up to a crazy amount of damage. This is one of those games where you just don't really have the opportunity to do much. The enemy team's bled so much at this point, so I can't really say... Oh, wait. Oh, I was really hoping I could ammo rack him, but we still did 3,200 at this point with the fire, so I can't really complain all too much. And with the Super Conqueror messing up that high explosive, that definitely helps me out quite a bit. I'm going to ram the enemy 121, get a shell, and there you go. Once again, 3,780 damage. So Actually, both games I played in the vehicle, we did just about 4K. You can see why it's so dangerous. That double shotgun, it doesn't lie. I mean, the fact that you can make those pokes and those plays and you can get away with them, it genuinely makes it a super dangerous vehicle. I can't wait to finish 3-marking this tank. Right now I'm at about 48%, and it's actually a pretty low 3-mark value. The thing is, the average player's not great, and they don't understand how to use this thing properly, but that's not the tank's fault. That's, well, ultimately the player's fault. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.